Good evening, everyone. I'm First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening forecast. The time is currently 6:08 p.m. and the temperature is 57 degrees, so it's a mild evening ahead of us. However, this is a precursor to the active pattern that's expected for the first half of this work week. So I'm going to pull up my face just real quick here. Thanks for joining us. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams again with your Valley News Now evening forecast. And here's what's going on. We have a First Alert weather day for Monday heading into Tuesday afternoon. That strong winds are expected across much of our region, as well as some rain and even a chance of some snowflakes up in northeast North Dakota. Yeah, we could actually see a couple of flakes come down from the sky Monday night, and I'll go over that in just a second. But let's get right to the forecast to show you what I mean. Again, we have that First Alert weather day for Monday heading into Tuesday afternoon, and that's because, again, we have the chance for some winds and rain pushing through a region. Now, for the wind portion, some areas could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, and that threat will be greatest in the James River Valley. We actually have a wind advisory in effect for the James River Valley from 1 p.m. Monday to 1 a.m. Tuesday, so Monday afternoon and evening, because we could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour in those locations. So again, let's go a little bit more in depth with our First Alert weather day. I mentioned the strong wind gusts already. We could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour in parts of eastern North Dakota, along with some rain expected in the northern areas of our region. And then Monday night, while the winds will settle down briefly, we will see some more showers, and crucially, temperatures will get cold enough to generate a few flakes embedded within that rain in northeast North Dakota. So small chance of some mix. However, no accumulation is expected because the ground temperature will be above freezing, so any accumulation that does try to occur will melt away almost instantly. But the point is, a few snowflakes may be embedded within that rain shower activity Monday night, and that threat will be greatest in northeast North Dakota. Then, as we head into Tuesday morning and afternoon, the winds will pick back up. While leftover rain showers will be out of our region by late Tuesday morning, the winds will pick back up, and we'll see wind gusts above 30 miles per hour until late Tuesday afternoon. So let's go over the system that's causing this anomaly. Basically, we have this complex low-pressure system out in the Rockies and centered in Alberta, and as it makes its way east, it'll bring some cool air and moisture into a region, which is why we're anticipating the rain and the wind. And we have a whole bunch of wind alerts out in central and western North Dakota. So we have a high wind watch out in western North Dakota. So if you say heading to Dickinson, you'll be dealing with some strong wind gusts there for Monday. Now, in the wind advisory portion, wind gusts will only get into the 50 mile per hour range. For the James River Valley, such as Wells County, Foster County, Stutsman County, Lemoore County, and Dickey County, you guys could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour with sustained northwesterly winds up to 30 miles per hour. And that could make driving a bit difficult, and it may also blow around any items that are not tied down. Now, I mentioned that the rest of our region won't see winds as strong as that. The rest of our region is not looking at wind gusts at the 50 mile per hour range. But all of us have the potential to see wind gusts at least at or above 35 miles per hour. So the rest of our region won't see winds as strong as the James River Valley, but we could still see some strong winds nonetheless. Heading into your Monday morning commute, our First Alert forecast shows variable winds at first, light winds in parts of our region. However, as we head into Tuesday afternoon, the winds pick up, and by Tuesday afternoon, we're looking at wind gusts above 35 miles per hour in southeast North Dakota and the southern valleys. So much of our region seeing strong winds for the Monday afternoon commute. And we'll see those winds continuing in eastern North Dakota at least through Monday evening, although they do weaken briefly in northwest Minnesota. Then as we head into the overnight hours into Tuesday morning, we're still looking at some strong winds coming in from the northwest in eastern North Dakota. Wind gusts of, say, 29 miles per hour in Valley City versus 36 miles per hour in Jamestown at 1:30 in the morning, for example. And by Tuesday morning, our entire region is dealing with strong wind gusts at or above 35 miles per hour. So much of our region dealing with strong winds making a return as we head into Tuesday morning. And then as we head into Tuesday afternoon, that's when the winds finally die down and we get a break from the strong wind pattern. So to recap, in Monday evening, the strongest winds will be in eastern North Dakota. And then Tuesday morning, all of our region has the potential for seeing gusts at or above 30 miles per hour, and it won't be until late Tuesday afternoon the winds settle down. Or just to recap again, we're anticipating wind gusts of 30 plus miles per hour for both tomorrow and Tuesday. So keep an eye on any outdoor items. Make sure that they don't get blown away by the wind, and be careful with driving too, especially if you drive a large vehicle. Now, I briefly mentioned that on top of seeing the winds, we're also tracking some rain, and I also briefly mentioned the chance of a few flakes out in northeast North Dakota, particularly the international border. And let me show you why I'm anticipating this. Let's go over our first look forecast. Clear skies over the next few hours, but by midnight, overcast skies are settling across the region. So by midnight, we're looking at cloudy skies. By around 6 a.m., we're starting to see some rain in the Devil's Lake Basin and James River Valley. So by 6 a.m. Monday morning, Devil's Lake Basin and James River Valley are looking at a sloppy commute with that rain coming on down. It's light to moderate rainfall expected. That swath of rain continues moving east. By 9 o'clock, it's approaching the Red River Valley, so Findlay and Valley City. You'll see some light rain coming down by like 8 to 9 o'clock. By midday, it's on top of the Red River Valley. So Howlock, Grand Forks, you'll see some light rain coming down by midday. And by around 2 to 3 o'clock, that swath of rain pushes into northwest Minnesota. It's out of northeast North Dakota and moving into northwest Minnesota by 2 to 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. And that swath of rain will continue lingering in northwest Minnesota in the international border throughout the Monday evening commutes. Then as we head into Monday night, wraparound moisture ends up pushing in from the north. So by around midnight, we're starting to see that moisture sliding in from Canada into our region. And notice again some of those pinks and blues embedded within the rain. That implies some snowflakes trying to reach the surface, and that's because notice that by midnight, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s in the Devil's Lake Basin, cold enough to try to sustain a couple of snowflakes, a couple of flakes embedded within the rain. Again, I don't anticipate any accumulation because, well, the ground will be too warm. It'll be above freezing. But the point is we will at least see a couple of flakes trying to reach the surface. And that mixed potential goes away as we head into late Tuesday morning. So we will see some scattered rain showers heading into your Tuesday morning commute. So some areas will see rain, other areas will not see rain. And then by late Tuesday morning, any leftover showers are dissipating. We're just left with overcast skies across our entire region, with temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s for morning lows. How much rain are we anticipating? Well, we're probably looking at about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 inch of rain in areas on I-94. Areas south of I-94, I think you're seeing less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. You guys are basically going to be dry. If you're on I-94, you're probably looking at about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 inch of rain. If you're in northeast North Dakota, probably about 1/2 an inch of rain. And in northwest Minnesota, where that rain lingers, as shown on our first look forecast, probably looking at about 1/2 an inch to 1 inch of rain. So basically, the further north you go, the more rain you end up seeing. So again, the wind and the rain we are tracking Monday and Tuesday are first alert weather days. Keep the VNL first alert weather app on standby as we first alert track the rain. Thereafter, we get a break from the rain for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're looking at sunny skies for all 4 of those days. But models do suggest that rain chances return on Sunday, the 26th of October. And then a couple models suggest that the first half of next week will be active. We could see some more precipitation as we head into early next week. However, that is several days out. That's on the 27th and the 28th, which is several days out. So the forecast is likely to change as we get closer to next week. Therefore, keep the VNL First Alert Weather app on standby as we track next week's system. Now, as for temperatures, we'll be on the cool side over the next several days. Look at this. Monday afternoon, temperatures will be in the 40s in northeast North Dakota and northwest Minnesota, only seeing a few low 50s down south. Again, in northeast North Dakota, all that wind action and all that cloud cover and all that rain will keep temperatures in the 40s. I got a 44 for you, Grafton, 44 in Cavalier. Best I can do for you, Langdon, is 42. Versus 44 in Roselle, 44 in Baudette, and 43 in Thief River Falls. Down south, it's slightly better. We'll be in the upper 40s to low 50s, like 50 in Lisbon, 51 in Foreman, 51 in Fargo, and 51 in Wheaton. So if you're traveling south, you're looking at slightly warmer temperatures, and that's because we're only looking at winds down south, not necessarily rain chances, maybe just a hit and miss shower or two for Monday and Tuesday. And then again, Tuesday afternoon, very chilly indeed, especially compared to the past few days, and that wind will make those temperatures feel colder, so the sweatshirt will definitely be needed for Tuesday afternoon with highs only getting into the mid-40s. But by Wednesday afternoon, warm air will start lifting back in from the west, and then by Thursday afternoon, we'll start to see some 50s across our region. By Friday afternoon, as indicated by this yellow blob here, temperatures are back in the 60s in eastern North Dakota and the southern valleys. So we'll see temperatures rising after Tuesday, improving after Tuesday. In terms of exact numbers, we'll go from 47 on Tuesday to 65 on Friday, which is much warmer than average for late October. In the long term, though, as we get towards the last few days of October, temperatures will slide right back down to normal, being in the mid-40s instead of the 60s expected for this Friday and the 50s expected for this weekend. So let's recap everything. We've got those first alert weather days for Monday and Tuesday afternoon as we're first alert tracking strong wind gusts and some rain with even a couple of snowflakes out in northeast North Dakota Monday night. So keep the VNN First Alert Weather app on standby as we first alert track the precipitation. And it's going to give yourself some extra time on the roads to account for the wind as well as the rain. And you'll definitely want the poncho on standby in the northern areas of our region. And then Wednesday through Saturday, temperatures will be back in the 50s, maybe seeing some 60s for Friday afternoon. With sunny skies anticipated, the rest of the work week is looking great once the rain moves out Tuesday. And then next week, we could see another weather maker heading into our region. I want to first alert you to that potential, but that is several days away. So stick with Valley News Live for first updates as we keep you updated on that. Now, I'll be giving periodic weather updates on the Valley News Live First Alert weather apps, so be sure to tune into those. I'll also be on live tonight at Valley News Live at 9 and 10, so if you want to see this face again, you can watch me on Valley News Live at 9 and 10. And meanwhile, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Have a wonderful Sunday night.